Hi guys, welcome back to Grammy's Craft Boutique. I am Landon from Grammy's Craft Boutique, and make sure to subscribe to Grammy's Teddy Bear, and to check out our lives on Facebook. If you enjoy any of these videos we're making on all three of those, make sure to follow us or subscribe. Anyway, let's get into the story. And my book is called Secret Dungeons. Right before we get in, sorry. And I just wanted to say thank you to my family and everyone to help me get inspired that this book was going to be one of the greatest things I ever did. And just thank you, my family and everyone that told me it would be a good book and tried to help me create it. Okay, now let's read the book. Okay, Secret Dungeons. Very exciting book. And it says, before you start the book, to all my family who have always been there for me, and to my two favorite dogs, Kane and Ziggy, that died last year, I miss them very much. Okay, Chapter 1. The story begins. Welcome to the world of secret dungeons. There are monsters, gold, potions, and weapons. The world with everything you can imagine. Giant spiders, dragons, and giants. Now about our heroes. The 6 powerful heroes are the fighter, Alanda, the wizard, Honka, Kalan, the dwarf king, Ling, the brute, Rink, the hunter, and Congo, the goblin. Their quest is to get the Orb of Light and use it to defeat the Darkness Dragon. And if they do that, they save the Island of Light. They begin in a swamp covered in mud and vines. Honka says, yuck, this stuff is really sticky. They realized no one else was around. Then they heard something coming out of the trees. A giant frog fell out of a tree, and they got up and got ready to battle. Kalan hit the frog with his giant axe and killed the giant frog. 2 more heroes showed up. They were both surprised to see Ling and Congo. Ling was the first one to see them and gave them healing potions to both of them, and one was a sword. Then they started to look around some more, but they saw an explosion up ahead. Then there was a weird tiny dungeon. Chapter 2. Giant Spiders. Everyone went into the dungeon to see a giant spider on the stairs. Ling killed the spider by pressing a button, and spikes came out of the stairs, killing the spider. Congo said he could light a torch to get some light. He lit the torch, and there were 86 giant spiders. Kalan told everyone to run out of the dungeon, but for some reason, before they ran out, they saw light from down the stairs, and there was a bigger spider than the others. The spider started to talk and said they would be killed by the guards outside, and everyone heard guards outside. The spider also said that if you stay inside, you will get food and water, and wait for the guards to leave. Everyone agreed to that idea, so they stayed inside, but Honka didn't trust the spider. Then for some reason, 2 people on the team were gone, Kalan and Ling. Honka went looking around for them. He saw Kalan and Ling getting webbed up to get ate. The talking spider was the queen of the spiders. Honka ran in and hit the spider queen with a knife, and the spider queen hit Honka's leg. Congo ran and killed the spider queen by ripping off its leg and stabbing it. After killing the spider queen, Congo grabbed his friends and ran out of the dungeon. The whole horde of the spiders came after them, and Honka threw down a bomb, but the bomb didn't go off. Congo grabbed a torch and threw it down, and the bomb went off with a boom. Congo and Honka ripped their friends out of the webs wrapped around them. Congo saw the guards that were outside like the spider, and what they heard, like what the spider said, what they heard. Sorry, I can't read today. Then Honka grabbed an axe off the ground. He hit all the guards with the axe. Honka fell to the ground and started to cry. Congo asked, "What's wrong, Honka?" Honka said that he's never hurt anyone with his spells and staff. "Anyway, I can't use them because I don't know magic well, and I just feel like I'm wrong," he said. Then someone came out of the woods and said, "Nothing is wrong. You have to do things you don't want to do sometimes, and it can help some people if you do it." Everyone jumped up and said, "Who are you?" She said, "My name is Alanda." She said, "I want to join the team." She thought all they did was cool, and she had nothing else to say. Alanda then said that she has a friend to also join the team, and they said sure. Chapter 3, A New Friend and the Undead Giant. Kalan ran towards a weird monster when no one was looking. All you could see was the huge eye of the monster, and he could hear its voice in his head. It said, "Kill Congo, kill Congo." Kalan yelled no to it, but something was roaring. He ran back to his team, and they killed another guard and kept walking. Kalan said believe that he saw a huge monster eye and heard voices in his head. Everyone didn't believe him, but except only one believed him, Congo. Congo said that happened to him too when he was little. "I did what the voice told me, and one night the thing came to my house and tried to take me, but a wizard trapped them in a cave and got covered. After that they appeared at a lake, and Alanda said to get in the boat. If we try to swim, we'll get ate by an onyx. A monster that shows no mercy." They got in the boat, but something horrible happened. Something fell out of Honka's hand. It was pig meat. It fell into the lake. Then something ate the meat in the water. Then it came through the middle of the boat. Alanda asked what happened. Did someone drop something in the water? Honka said that he dropped meat in the water. Alanda said, now that you gave it food, it wants to eat us. Sorry, the barking is Teddy from Grammy's Teddy Bear. The thing was about to eat all of them until Honka made all of them appear on land. Honka was so happy he got his powers back. Everyone found a weird stone or gem. Then Honka touched the stone and saw a monster that would kill all of them. He got scared. Then his eyes went to glowing red and said, "You six won't survive or save the world in time." Everyone said that it took over Honka. Honka thought they were lying, but they said they weren't. Honka said when he touched the stone, he saw a monster that destroyed a whole town. There were flames and more monsters. Alanda said, "We have one big fight on our hands." Everyone said that we'll need a plan to defeat the monster. Alanda asked if they could go get her friend first. Everyone said yes, we will need a bigger team for this fight. They went up the hill to the Garden of Secrets. There they met Alanda's friend, Rink the Hunter. Rink said, "Killed a giant and a rock monster," Alanda said. Rink asked, "Why are you here?" Everyone said that they needed help destroying a huge monster and save the world. Rink was surprised and asked, "What did it look like?" No one answered, except Kalan. Kalan said that he saw the eye of the monster. "It started to talk in my head," he said. Rink said the same thing happened to him 2 days ago. Alanda said, "So what is it going to be? Are you coming?" Rink said. Rink said, "It's time to save the world." I'm sorry, guys. I'm tired. And Rink said, "It's time to save the world." Kalan said, he is hearing voices again. Everyone asked what the voices are saying. To go to the dungeon in the west. Kalan said. Congo said, well, let's go. Ling asked, should we? I mean, it's just a voice in his head. It could be fake or could kill us. They heard a loud roar. Ring asked, what was that? Ring said, run or fight with me. They heard another loud roar. A giant appeared. Alanda said, we'll fight. The other said, what? Honka said, there is no chance we can defeat a giant. Shut up, said Rink. This is not a normal giant. We need to run. Honka asked, what kind of giant is it? There is no time. Run, said Rink. Everyone ran and jumped into a secret hole and crawled into an underground tunnel. They found another hole and crawled out. They were on the other side of the lake. They all saw the giant. It was on the other side of the lake. The giant looked bigger than normal giants. It had a huge infection on its neck. Congo said, that is an undead giant. Rink asked, how do you know? Congo said his grandpa told stories about undead giants. Ling said, no time for stories, we gotta go. Honka said, we need better weapons and armor. Ring said they needed to head to a dungeon. What kind of dungeon? Ling asked. Rink said they needed to go to a dangerous dungeon. Everyone asked why Rink. By going to a dangerous dungeon, there is more armor and weapons. Rink fought. Going to a dangerous dungeon, there is armor and weapons. They were ready to go when they heard a noise from the dungeon. An undead giant came out of the broken dungeon. Rink said, there is no way to get out of this one. Tango said, then we fight. Ling said, may we not fight a giant that is 10 times bigger than us? Kalan said, oh, shut up, we are going to fight. Ring said, everyone charge! They ran into battle with all their might, trying to defeat the undead giant. Alanda hit the monster with her sword and cut the undead giant. Honka threw a rope around the creature's feet. The undead giant grabbed Honka and started to squish him. Rink ran over and chopped its arm off, and Ling started to push it to the waterfall. Everyone helped him push. Boom, the undead giant hit the ground and died. Chapter 4, The Gargoyle. The whole team was so happy that they killed a creature that was like a god. Alanda said, wait, where's Link? Everyone looked around for hours until they found that he fell off with the giant. They saw him on the ground knocked out. Honka said, we need to go down there and help him. Everyone was not sure how to get down there to help him. Honka said, wait, I'm going to try and use my powers. And teleported Alanda. But before he did, Alanda saw a weird man in the shadows. The man said, yes, get your powers back, my little brother. After that, all of them got to Ling. Alanda said she saw a man in the shadows of the trees. No one cared. They just wanted to help Ling. Alanda saw him in the shadows again and went to see. But where everyone was trying to help Ling, they heard a scream coming from the woods. Rink was about to go into the woods and see what the sound was, and Alanda came flying from the woods with a scratch on her face. Rink said to grab Ling and run. Everyone wondered why. Rink yelled one more time, saying, run, everyone run. He said, I'll hold it off. Congo saw it and said, it's huge. Rink looked over and saw a giant gargoyle. Rink told everyone to run quick. The gargoyle grabbed Rink's shirt and flew up into the sky holding Rink. They all thought they heard something coming down from the sky, and it was Rink, and he went smashing through the trees, getting a million scratches. Rink hit the ground in pain, and they could see how scarred he was in his eyes. The gargoyle came back down to the ground, making a loud thump. Congo said, if we are going to beat this thing, we need Ling to get up. Everyone was yelling at Ling to get up. The gargoyle started to scratch Rink to death. Ling started to wake up. The gargoyle was about to hit Rink, but something grabbed the gargoyle's hand. When it turned around, Ling hit the monster's face and snapped its hand. Ling said, you will never hurt my friends again, and picked up a rock and hit the monster's face until it died. Everyone was surprised at how mad Ling was because he had never got this mad before. Chapter 5, The Dark Dragon. Sounds like a good chapter. Callan said, if you were okay, you wouldn't... Ling said that everyone asked if she was okay, and he said he was fine. And Callan said, if you were okay, you wouldn't be this mad. Are you okay or not? Ling said, I'll feel better when I went. I feel better than when I went off the cliff with the undead giant. Honka got Rink up and healed him. Honka asked if he was okay, and Rink told him that he was okay and asked if Ling was okay. Honka said, I don't know. Rink said that it was a hard fight, and everyone thought it was a hard fight too. Amanda said, how are we going to defeat the bad guy if we almost died? Congo said, who cares? We need more gear if we want to win or get stronger. Amanda said, whatever. Rink said, Congo's right. We need to get better at this stuff. Kalan said, but we fought and beat an undead giant. Rink was about to say something, but Ling said, but it was a little undead giant. Rink stopped him and asked that there can be undead kid giants. Then Ling said, what? You didn't think undead kid giants exist? Well, of course they do. Rink asked, never knew that. Thanks for letting me know, Ling asked. You're welcome, and what's that smell? It was a smell of flames. The 6 heroes went to go look for the fire. Honka said he sees the fire. Everyone ran to the fire and saw a whole town on fire with a huge dark-winged creature on the top of a house. It took a second to realize it. It took them a second to realize it. It was a dragon. The dragon jumped down and walked towards them. Honka's head started to hurt really bad, and he heard the voice in his head saying, you will die. The dragon spoke and said, no one will survive my reign of terror. Rink yelled, what kind of dragon are you? The dragon said, I'll just show you, and stood up with its mouth glowing purple. Everyone hid behind a house, and the dragon shot a huge purple light out of its mouth. Kalan said that he knew this dragon. It is the dark dragon, and it will kill us in less than 2 seconds. Alanda said, we need to find a way out of here before the dark dragon finds us. Then the dragon said, where are you? You will all be a nice dinner for me. The dragon slapped the house with his tail, and the whole top of the house fell off. Everyone started to run, and Honka shot a hole into the house. And they saw a man hiding under a table. The man told them, shh. After a half an hour, the dragon flew away. Everyone stayed in the house and slept for the night. Chapter 6, Another Undead Giant. Honka woke up in the middle of the night and heard screaming. Honka went outside and saw a man in a dark coat. The rest of the team also heard screaming and ran outside and saw Honka's brother holding Honka's mouth shut. His brother said, if you want your friend back, then come to the top of the dark tower where the dark dragon lives. Then he disappeared with Honka. Alanda said, we need to save Honka. Congo said, I don't know. Before he could Before he could finish, Alanda interrupted. What about the time he saved us from the lake monster? Rink said, Alanda's right, we need to save Honka. Also, why she interrupted it, what she interrupted was Congo saying, I don't know, after they said that they would go save Congo. And Kalan said, They began their adventure. The tower was 31 miles away. Kalan said, I think we should rest before we go, even though it's morning. We haven't ate or drank anything. So they went to a bar to get a drink and some food. They get a drink and some food. After they ate, they left, but a weird man said, not so fast, you need to pay. We already paid. Wait, you're not the bartender, are you? Alanda asked. And he grabbed Alanda. Alanda yelled, you guys need to get this thing off of me. Ah! She screamed as the goblin bit her neck. We already paid. Oh, before that it said, oh, you got me, huh? He said as he jumped at him. He was a goblin and grabbed Alanda. Alanda yelled, you guys need to get this thing off of me. Ah, she screamed as the goblin bit her neck. Congo hit the goblin hard, and the goblin said, what are you doing? You are the same kind as me. Not anymore, Congo said, and shot the goblin with a bow and arrow. Congo said to the team, let's not talk about this. Everyone agreed. Alanda said she needed something to heal her neck. Rink showed them a healing potion he found in the dungeon. He passed it to Alanda. Congo said they needed to go and find a weapon. Kalan asked what kind of weapon. Congo said a weapon to kill Honka's brother and a dark dragon. Rink said we will have to fight for it. Congo said yes. I don't know, this could kill one of us or hurt us, said Alanda. Congo said we have to, or else Honka will die and the dark dragon will destroy all of us. They all felt like they couldn't do it because they were hurt and tired. Congo said, okay, then I will go, and walked away. They all said sadly, well then go. Rink said, Rink said we are not going to last. We are not going unless if we are not going to if we don't rest. Everyone agreed to rest. After a while, they grabbed firewood and started a fire and brought out other things to help keep them warm. The heroes went to sleep. When they woke up, their food was gone, and Alanda was the first to see a giant monster footprints by them. Kalan asked, what is that? Alanda said the footprints were from another undead giant. Kalan and Alanda said they need to find the undead giant that made the footprints. Everyone asked them why they thought the giant took their food. Just then, someone came out of the woods and told them a giant was destroying his house. Alanda asked what kind of giant. The man said an undead giant. Alanda pulled out her sword and ran into the woods. Kalan yelled, wait, Alanda, and ran into the woods too. Then everyone else ran into the woods after them. Ling yelled, they are insane. Rink said yes. When Rink and Ling got to Alanda and Kalan, they were lying on the ground in fear and pain. Ling said, well, it's time to fight. Rink said, wait. We are going to die fighting that thing. I mean, look at them two. Ling said, well, it's time to save them. Rink yelled, you are nuts. I know, Ling said. The two ran to battle. The battled the giant. They jumped up on it and hit it on the head. It's almost dead, said Ling. A couple more hits in the head and it will be dead. Rink said Rink. It's time to use the bomb arrow, Ling said. You're nuts, said Rink. So what, Ling said. There are only two of us fighting it. We are not that strong. I have the bomb arrows. But you will have to shoot them because I'm not a very good shot. Rink said okay, but he said he had not shot a bow and arrow in years. Ling told him he had to, and Rink said, okay, let's do this. Amanda yelled, just do it already, because Callahan and I are dying. Rink ran behind a tree. He had arrow bombs and bow. Ling got the attention of the giant by throwing a rock at it. Rink got the bow and arrow bombs ready and then he shot the giant. Ling yelled, yes, you did it! No one will shoot a better shot than you did. Rink said, ha, I did it. They killed the giant. Amanda and Callahan interrupted them. Can someone help us? Chapter 7. Someone found and someone lost. Ling and Rink needed to take Amanda and Callahan to a healer where they would get healed. The healer is on top of the mountain. Ling said, they are both really damaged and they won't survive a climb up the mountain, but it's their only chance, Rink said. As they climbed up the mountain, they covered up with bear fur that Rink got years ago. Luckily, we had these fur jackets you made, Ling said. Rink said, we are not going to make it in this adventure. Ling said they would make it and fell to the bottom of the mountain. He was holding Amanda. Rink yelled, no, sadly, and ran down to the bottom of the mountain. Then Rink got to the bottom of the mountain. It was foggy. He looked, but Ling wasn't there. The fog disappeared, and he saw a weird-looking man putting something on top of Ling and Amanda. Rink ran over with the bow and arrow out and yelled, You let them go, or else I will shoot. Why should I, Rink? Said the man. How do you know my name, freak? Said Rink. The unknown man walked up to him. It was Rink's long-lost dad. Bum, 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 bum. Dad, I thought you died in a battle of undead giants, said Rink. Well, son, I didn't die. I was planning on coming back home, but it would be so hard to tell you that I'm not dead, Rink's dad said. Rink said it was nice to see his dad again, and he and his father hugged. Then Rink's dad healed all of Rink's friends. Rink asked his dad what he had learned after being gone for years. Rink's dad said, well, healing, like I'm doing right now. Rink started to talk, but I'm alive, said Ling as he jumped up. Oh my God, I'm alive. Ha ha ha. Rink said, if you help my dad heal everyone, I will protect the area. And Rink's dad yelled, I just healed another one of your friends. Amanda asked Rink what happened, and Rink told her she was alive. Amanda asked, Am I? Rink said yes. Amanda yelled, Yay! A couple minutes later, everyone was up and ready to go on another adventure to stop the darkness. Amanda and Ling ran out to begin their adventure, and everyone else was with them. The adventure is about to get better, Amanda said, but it didn't. The adventure did not get better because they found Congo dead outside the place he was going to get the power weapon to kill the dark dragon. No, cried Rink. Chapter 8, The Snake. Amanda told everyone that they needed the power weapon to kill the dark dragon to revenge Congo. Rink's dad said, well, let's go down there and grab it. Amanda agreed with Rink's dad. As the heroes walked down the mountain, they saw something at the bottom. It was the back of something with scales. It was moving around. When everyone reached to the bottom, they all saw weird-looking monster eyes in the shadow. Everyone jumped back. A huge snake face came out of the shadows. That's the thing that killed Congo. We need to kill this thing and get the weapon, yelled Rink. Amanda snuck behind the snake and cut its tail. Rink was getting the bow and arrow ready, but the snake bit Rink's arm and started to drag him around. Someone help me, please, cried Rink. Amanda cut the bottom of the snake's tail off. The snake started making a hissing noise and let go of Rink, but hit Amanda with the rest of its tail that was left. Amanda yelled, can someone? And then the huge snake ate her. Everyone gasped. Rink yelled, attack, and jumped up on the snake and chopped its head off. Ling said, wait, how did its tail grow back? Rink saw the snake's head growing back, but not one head, but two heads. The two-headed snake was about to eat them when a huge glowing sword came out of its stomach. The sword turned green and the snake turned into stone. The snake broke and fell into pieces. Amanda said, I found a weapon and it has two buttons. The first button turns things into stone and the second button turns on fire on the sword. Turns the sword on fire. It's so cool. Rink asked Amanda how she lived getting ate by the snake and not died. Everyone ran over and gave Amanda a huge hug. Rink said they needed to give Congo a proper burial. As they buried Congo, Kalan said, goodbye, old friend. Everyone began walking to go fight the dark dragon. They heard a noise in the bushes. Everyone got their weapons ready, and Hunko came out of the bushes. Hunko said, guys, somehow I snuck out of the dungeon without my brother seeing me. Amanda, the tower. Amanda asked, how far away is it? 4 miles away, said Honka. Great, let's go, said Amanda. Honka said, wait, not so fast, we need better gear. Rink's dad said, can we rest before we fight? Honko said, I brought some gear and yes, we will rest. And who is he? It's my dad. He is helping us on our adventure, said Rink. Honka said, well, welcome to the team. And the gear I got from there is light armor and weapons for each of us. The dark dragon's weakness is light weapons and armor. Now that is cool, said Link. Hey, where's Congo at? Asked Honka. Congo is gone. He is dead, Amanda said sadly. Oh no, he is gone, and we needed to have a bigger team to defeat the dark dragon, Honka said. Let's just have a little rest and calm down, Rink's dad said. Everyone agreed after they took their nap and began their way there. Chapter 9, Battle at the Tower. After their walk, they made it to the tower. Well, it's time to finish him off, Honka said. Rink said to everyone, well, guys, this is life or death, so get ready. Well, let's do this, said Honka. Rink's dad said, well, let's do this, but my back won't like it, though. Amanda asked the team who is ready for battle. Everyone yelled, we are ready. Amanda yelled, then let's go, let's do this. Honka said, well, it was nice knowing you guys if I die. Rink's dad yelled, let's go. After a little bit of walking, they made it to the tower. When they entered, the dark dragon was standing right there in front of them. Everyone got their weapons, and the dark dragon grabbed a weird box and threw it at them. It had bombs inside, and boom, it exploded. The ground opened up and the heroes fell in. They all yelled, ah! When they all hit the ground, there was a weird puzzle in front of them. The dark dragon said, if they don't do the puzzle in 5 minutes, I will let the undead giants out the doors. Now do it. And then they yelled, okay, we got to do this puzzle or else we die. Rink asked, what is this puzzle? It's a puzzle of teamwork, Honka said. And then asked, but why does he want us to do it so bad? Rink said, we have to do this puzzle or we die. Amanda said, I'm going to look for some clues. While Amanda was walking around, she heard a thumping on a door, and it broke open, and an undead giant came out. Everyone told her to run, but she didn't. The undead giant hit her, and she got squashed. But she didn't feel it, and there was no undead giant. She looked up, and the hole they came from had weird green air coming down from it. She saw her friends go up some stairs, and she ran after them. Amanda yelled, guys, what happened back there? Everyone said they did not know that the gas that came down she breathed, but they didn't. Amanda said, I know what the challenge was. Everyone asked what it was. Amanda said to face your fears. Rink's dad told them there was a problem. There are weird knights moving. One was blue and one was red. Kalan said, those are weather knights. What's that? Rink said. Asked Rink. Kalan said, you know, weather giants, they come alive with a weird spell. Kalan said, the red one is the lava knight and the blue one is the ice knight. Rink yelled, let the battle begin! The ice knight hit Rink's dad and froze him in an ice cube. The ice knight was about to hit Rink's dad with his sword, but Rink hit the sword and cut its hand off. A frozen hand appeared where his hand was. Then Rink got an idea. If the lava knight hit the ice knight, then it would melt. He told everyone his plan. Then they all got ready, and Rink yelled, now! Rink started to distract the lava knight, and when Rink and Ling backed into each other, Kalan threw a rope around the lava knight's sword and ripped the ice knight's Kalan threw a rope around the lava knight's sword and ripped the ice knight in half. The lava knight's sword turned into a huge hammer after the ice knight was dead. Rink grabbed some ice cubes from the ground from the leftovers of the ice knight. He put them on the front of his arrow and shot it at the lava knight. The lava knight turned into the ice from the arrows and turned into ice. The lava knight turned into ice. Ling smashed him. Everyone started to run up the stairs. Ring said, wait, what about my dad? I think I have an idea. Ling ran down the stairs and grabbed the lava knight. Okay, I think I have an idea, Ling said. Ling ran down the stairs and grabbed the lava knight's hammer. He put it up against Rink's dad in the ice cube he was stuck in. After a few seconds, Rink's dad was unfrozen. They headed back up the stairs. They were ready to battle the dark dragon. When they got to the top of the tower, the dark dragon said, "You made it, but you won't last long." And the dragon whipped its tail at him. Honka made a huge shield in front of them, but out of nowhere, Honka's brother ran and jumped and grabbed Honka. They both went out a window, with Honka screaming in horror. The dark dragon whipped everyone out the side of the tower. Everyone fell to the ground, but they didn't get hurt because Honka used a spell to not let them hit the ground in time. Then Honka got punched in the face by his brother. The dark dragon flew to the ground and everyone started to fight him. After they all hit him, he let out a huge, ginormous roar. After he roared, a bunch of shadow monsters started coming. It seemed like it was the end, but Kalan let out a huge horn yell. Nothing happened at first, and then the ground started to rumble, and then a horde of dwarfs came out and started to fight the shadow monsters. Kalan yelled, "I'm not the dwarf king for nothing." "Oh my God, we have an army," Ling said. "Let's finish this dragon off," yelled Rink. The dark dragon said, "You all will die in this battle." The dragon started to fly all the way to the top of the tower. Alanda yelled, "Let's go up there and finish this." "I'm going to stay down here and battle for my people," Kalan said. Everyone agreed with Kalan. Everyone else got to the top of the tower. Alanda asked, "Is everyone ready?" Everyone was ready. "Are you ready for the end?" As they started the battle, Honka grabbed his brother and kicked him off the top of the tower. Alanda started hitting the dark dragon, and the dragon shot out laser beams at him. Rink's dad was hanging off the edge of the tower. Rink saw him and ran over to save him. "Don't save me. Go save your friends and move out of the way," Rink's dad yelled. The dark dragon ran towards them. Rink and his dad. The dark dragon ran towards them. Rink and his dad. Rink jumped, and Rink's dad threw a light spear into the dragon and fell off the top of the tower to his death. Rink yelled, "Dad!" and ran over and pulled the light spear out of the dragon and threw it at the dragon's face. The dragon grabbed the spear and threw it off the tower. When the spear hit the ground, it made a huge crack in the ground that was gold and heading north. No one cared about the crack until they heard a roar and an orb of light. Honka said, "I know what the orb of light is." Rink asked, "What is it?" Honka yelled, "It's the light dragon." Chapter 10. The Light Dragon. The light dragon came flying in and ready for battle. The dark dragon said, "No, how is this possible?" Honka used a lightning spell on the dark dragon, and the light dragon shot a fire blast out of its mouth. Rink shot a bomb arrow at the dark dragon, and Kalan's dwarf army was destroying the shadow monsters. Then for some reason, the shadow monsters started to fly into the dark dragon, making him bigger and stronger. The dark dragon got as huge as an 8-story house. Alanda turned her sword into a fire sword, and everyone began to attack. Ling hit the dark dragon with his huge hammer. Alanda hit the dark dragon with her sword. Honka shot a spell of fireballs, and Rink shot the dark dragon with a bomb arrow. Then the light dragon shot a huge light blast and grabbed the dark dragon. It flew into the sun, holding the dark dragon, and the two dragons blew up in the sun. Rink said, "So we did it. I don't think we would do it." Alanda said, "Man, I need to go home and take a nap." Alanda came up to see what happened and said to them, "You did it." Ling said, "No, we did it, and it was great." Rink said, "Let's just remember all of our friends that died in this war." Alanda said, They were great members and they will never be forgotten. Last chapter. Chapter 11, Many Years Later. 20 years later, Rink was walking in his new home and walking towards his garden. God, it has been years since that war. Right, guys? He said. Everyone said, yeah, but it was horrible. Rink said, yeah, but we did it. We had our ups and downs in the war. They heard a loud roar. Rink said, well, time to go. Amanda said, well, of course. We are living in a monster area. Ling said, let's do this. As they ran to their next battle, they would have another little adventure. Another big adventure. And Rink said with tears, bye, Dad, in Congo. The end. So that was the end of my book. Yay! Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my book, and there's a page that says, about the author. Let's hear about me. I'm by a Fortnite screen. Lena Gudek is 11 years old and a 4th grade student at Renfro Grade School in Collinsville, Illinois. Landon enjoys playing Fortnite and many other video games. Landon's favorite TV shows are The Goldbergs, Stranger Things, and Lost in Space. Landon can be seen live every day, Thursday night, with his Aunt Dee Dee on her Facebook Live craft show on the internet. Landon wants to be a video game designer or a chef when he grows up. Landon only eats pizza. Sounds like me. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed Secret Dungeons. I'm sorry about messing up a couple times in the book. Sorry, I'm just tired, but I said I would have it come out on Friday. I said I would make it on Friday. But I had a little bit of work to do on Friday, so it wasn't going to be done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this 50-minute video. And this book was a great passion of mine. And I just wanted to say thank you for anyone who watched the whole video and anyone that enjoyed it. And the book was like a fantasy, and this book was basically just my dream world. Well, anyway, guys, I just wanted to say thank you and bye, and I'll see you Wednesday or Thursday in a couple of days. Well, tomorrow or in 2 days. Okay, well, bye. Bye. Yeah. Okay, bye.